Hi, let's talk about how and when to follow up after an interview. I think nobody likes to be ghosted, nobody likes to hear crickets, and it's a question that comes up often. Should I call back now? Should I email? Those kinds of things. So, first thing I want to tell you is before you leave the interview, ask about the follow up and what is the next step. So, do you want me to follow up with you? When can I expect to hear back from you? Don't forget that step, because if you don't ask the step and they know that they have several other candidates to consider, they're going to be doing their process, and if you call too soon, they're not ready for you. So if they tell you whatever time they tell you, whether it's a week, 2 days, by the end of this week, diarize that. Put that in your calendar and follow up at the exact time and date that they've asked you to follow up. First of all, it shows that you're organized and you want to reiterate the fact that you are interested in the position. So what you should avoid doing, what I see a lot of candidates doing, they'll call and call and call and call, they won't leave a message. But everybody has caller ID, so we see that you've called 5 times in a row. So maybe by the time that sixth time you get them on the phone, you're a little bit annoyed because you've called 6 times and no one's giving you an answer. But remember, you never left a message, so they're not expected to call you back. So instead of doing that 5 or 6 times, call once, leave a message. Keep the message short, keep the message positive, reiterate the fact that you're interested in the position, but don't berate the person for not getting you back. Okay, so now you leave the message, you don't hear back. Wait a couple days and follow up again. And you want to leave that follow up. And when in that first interview, after you ask them when to follow up, you might want to ask them how to follow up. Is it by email? Is it by text? Is it by phone call? So respect what the interviewer is asking you to do. If you're working with a recruiter, hopefully your recruiter is doing that follow up on your behalf, and you'll be able to follow up with your recruiter, on a regular basis. So you leave that second message. So maybe that second message you get no response. So now you go into the last message. Well, I'm assuming that you're no longer interested in my candidacy. If you could just shoot me a quick email letting me know that, just trying to get an understanding of how I can improve for the next time. So that's not an annoyance, but it's kind of prompting the person to get back to you. That's what you want. You want to get feedback. And remember, take the news gracefully. I cannot tell you the number of times that candidates kind of shut me down, hang up the phone quickly. I'm like, wow. No, they don't like receiving feedback. Don't be that person. Be the person that takes the feedback, because really you want it for the next time. I'm Dawn Williams. I can reach on LinkedIn and on Twitter. Happy selling.